or afternoon. I don't know when I'm going to publish this one, but it is May 2nd now. I just finished the last video yesterday. Still need to edit it. However, I didn't really get much done yesterday crafting wise, other than trying to make these water bottles for my students. And the ink faded off after I put Mod Podge on. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do on that one. Maybe they won't get the water bottles this year. They're getting enough gifts. I'll just try to figure out a way to take it off. Maybe I'll just take the labels off and use them another year. However, what we're actually doing today is I'm going to go to my community theater that I'm on the board of, and then we're doing some cleanup. And before that, I need to find something that sold on Depop so I can package it and ship it and drop that off at the post office before I go all the way to the theater, because it's like half an hour away from me. And then I'm spending time with my partner wandering around garage sales where he lives. So it's not going to be a crafting kind of day. But since I'm hanging out with him today on a Saturday, maybe something will happen on Sunday. Maybe I'll get some stuff done on the 3rd. But welcome to the May vlog.
Go ahead.
So we have completed the last washcloth. That's all I'm gonna do for Mother's Day. I just need to weave in the ends and then they'll be done, but I am not going to do that tonight. Right, Graham? Boop, boop.
We ask residents for their reactions.
Hi, so it is May 6th now. I realize it's been a bit since I've checked in on anything. So far, this was from last month. This was made in April. This is from Peaches and this is made out of Peaches and Cream cotton. Have not weaved in the last end. With the beginning ends with the beginning. I kind of weave it in as I crochet and then tie it off and all of that. So I just need to cut that bit. Otherwise, I've noticed that this is a lot rougher. I got this from Walmart, and originally the only cotton yarn they really had was Peaches and Cream. I have a couple combs of multicolor and a couple little skeins of solids just because I do want to make some mesh market bags. I already had a friend or comment on one of my TikToks about like month summary that she wants me to make a bag, so maybe. I did already make a little green frog plushie for her, one of the little ones, but I don't know when I'll see her since I'm not probably working my summer job this year. Back on topic though, I already made these two. And the soaps, this one was made in April, this was made in May. And then I need to weave in the ends on both of them though. And we made one of the purple washcloths. This is made out of I Love This Cotton. And I've noticed it's so much softer. Like, I love how soft this is. This is how soft I wish all yarn was. So I'm guessing it's just the brand, but I do need to weave in the end on this one and cut off the rest of this. That's okay, that's fine. I'm also pausing on the bow and not gonna work on that tonight because I am maybe halfway done with this other washcloth. If I'm able to finish this quick enough, I'm kind of hopeful maybe I'll finally edit what I did in April vlog, but we'll see.
Passionate, you'll walk
Hi, so I just edited the April monthly summary and realized that I didn't really do a lot. I also filmed a lot of days where I was just sitting there, grumpy, crocheting, and that was it. And some of those clips, I could not find a single moment where I looked positive, which is not great. With that helps me kind of reflect back to what this month is going to look like. It is April 9th, just finished Teacher Appreciation Week, and going to also try to cut down on my babble that I do that's not related to the channel. Today is a Saturday. I'm not hanging out with my best friend. She's not feeling too great, and I'm not hanging out with my partner tomorrow. So I get this weekend to work on some things. I have a few more of the cat keychains for my students that I need to finish. However, the ABC Countdown Day that I'm giving those out isn't until June. So I'm letting myself take a break from them. And I am working on this blanket. This is going to be one of those rose bouquet blankets. Oh, it is now the 10th and it's Mother's Day, so my parents are coming back from a vacation. I get to pick them up at the airport, along with that giving the Mother's Day gift. I just finished weaving in my ends, hi Graham, ow, and tying them off finally on the washcloths, so I hope she likes it. But we're gonna go off. I brought my little to-go bag with my cone of the yellow and orange cotton so that I can keep working on a mesh market bag while I wait for them. Hi, so it is Monday, May 11th. Here I am pulling out some new projects today. Well, kind of new. I started this yesterday, but I didn't really record anything. I'm working on making another gift for my best friend for her birthday. Mother's Day went well. I ended up spending a lot more time over at my parents' house for Mother's Day than I originally intended, but that's besides the point. I started working on this while I was there, but it's going to be a little pot that connects, I think. If this is done right, I wonder if it could also be a cup koozie. I mean, maybe, but this is gonna be the pot, and then there's gonna be Monstera leaves that I'm gonna make to be as coasters. This was specifically requested from my best friend because she is finally moving out of her parents' house and into an apartment this summer.
2000.
It fits like a can of soda perfectly. I love this. Not sponsored by Poppy, by the way, but like I love that. It's gonna have, I haven't made the leaves yet, but the fact that it fits that as well, more motivation that I want to sell it. I'm not loving the bobble stitches just because my hands cramped up so much with it, because cotton's so much more stiff than acrylic, and I'm used to acrylic. But that also might have had something to do with that. I'm using a 4.5 millimeter, and you're supposed to use a 5 with this weight yarn. So I don't know. I didn't like how big holes there were when I was using a 5. That's why I switched to 4.5. But ends are not weaved in. I'll do that another day. However, I want to work on another pattern, and unfortunately, a part that you missed when I forgot to record was me finally like refiguring out how to do a magic ring, because it's a struggle. It's a struggle here. I'm going to a Ren fair this weekend, and I have a water bottle holder, but it only holds like those standard disposable water bottles you get from like Piggly Wiggly or Walmart, and not like the big thicker disposable ones or better like reusable water bottles. So I want to try making my own that's like kind of viney with a brown base, and then I'll do green going up the sides, kind of like a mesh market bag vibe. So we'll see how that goes. I need to figure out how to plan that though. Ooh, I know exactly how to plan that. But maybe if it goes well, maybe I'll make a pattern for it and dabble in pattern making. But yeah, we will see how that goes. It'll be a lot of trial and error, and then once I figured it out, we'll see how we'll maybe do a pattern.
Goodies I've got in the cups, but yeah, also.
Well, hello. It is now Wednesday the 12th. Yeah. But we're working on the water bottle holder for the Ren Fair this weekend. Right now it just seems really wide. However, I'm trying to be like, okay, I need to trust the process because it is mesh. So it'll get smaller. So I'm just trying to trust the process at the moment and hope that it works. It's Wednesday. It's the day after, I think today's the 14th. No, it's not. Tomorrow's the 14th. Today's the 13th because tomorrow's the 14th because of my weekly newsletter. All right, it is Thursday the 14th of May now, and I didn't get as much work as I would have liked to have gotten done today, just because I came home with a pretty severe migraine. However, I did get to work on the water bottle holder last night at the meeting a little bit, and then I was able to finish it and weave in the ends today, which means it's done. For tomorrow, I realized I might want a little bit of a bigger bag than just the little pouch I'd keep on my side just in case. So I'm trying to do one of those reversible mini mesh market bags that like you can reverse it in, and you put a little leaf on top to keep it closed, and it could hang from my belt, and then it's a little lemon. So I'm picking up more yarn for that because I need more of the orange. I'm gonna do the mesh market bag part in the multicolor and just this part in the solid. Then I also want to make an orange and an apple. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for the apple, for the mesh part. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. But I'm literally just winging it. I was able to figure out how to do the double crochet circles, so that's great. But yeah, I love this so far. Well, hello. It is now Monday the 18th. Just got home from work, and yesterday was the Ren Fair. I am very sunburnt. However, I have the day off tomorrow. I took one of my personal days tomorrow, and my sister finally told me what she wants for her birthday. Apparently, she saw that I was crocheting everything, and she's like, oh, yep, I'm gonna go for something crocheted. So she requested a halter top that's solid green with berries on the ends, corset tie in the back, which, thank you, that works so much better for sizing wise. And then she wanted like berry granny square shorts. So we're gonna work on that for the rest of this week. That and the keychains. My best friend's gifts are being set to the side for a little bit, which is fine.
Warranty, nothing stops RAM.
Welcome back. It is now Tuesday the 19th. I'm off work today. Took a personal day because it's not like they keep going and I gotta use my benefits. So, especially this year, I'm working on the halter top. This is how far we've gotten. It will not look like this on me. My sister is smaller. But we are working on that most of today. And then I'll probably do at least one of the cat keychains. Just so I don't fall behind on those. And then I have gaming tonight with my partner and a couple of our friends. So, it should be a chill day. I had to clear out a lot of photos and videos on my phone because I got a storage full notification. But I think we should be fine to finish this month, edit that video, upload, all of that.
I don't know exactly, but...
Hi, it is Thursday the 21st now, and I'm actually not gonna have many clips today because I did have the fun run for our school today. I was part of the staff inflatable race. I was a dinosaur, the brown one that you see a lot more often than others. However, I was able to get like maybe one row of crochet done, and that was it because I have to go to a board meeting now for my community theater. But before that, we have another order to drop off for the reselling my old clothes. So that's pretty much all we're doing today since we don't have much time. Tomorrow after work I have nothing, and then it's a 3-day weekend and I'm not seeing anyone at all, so hopefully we should get a lot of crochet done. Hi, so yes, we are back on my couch again, but it is now Saturday the 23rd, which means it's my 3-day weekend where I'm all alone pretty much the entire time. Today I've been working on this already this morning, and I was working on it all last night. I don't think I remembered to check in last night just because that school day was rough. But it's almost done. I'm just doing one last row, and then I do the border and straps, and then it will be, and I still need to figure out how to do the strawberries on the ends, so that'll be interesting. But I'm hoping to finish that today. I also have to go package one of my clothing items that I'm reselling, and then I have to drop that off. Hi, it is now Sunday the 24th. I'm working on frogging this because turns out it was a little too wide, like way more than a little. So we didn't account for how much, like when you pull it tight on the strings, it'll really shrink up back there. But that's what happens when you're making something that's supposed to be tight for someone else, and it's a made to measure pattern. But that's fine. It's fine. Like, at least I won't be doing rows this wide anymore. The rows will be significantly smaller. I think like half the size. Graham, what are you doing? And it's gonna be less rows because wants it shorter as well. So we're just gonna work on frogging that this morning.
Sir! Just like I took a guess here,
Hi, if you can't tell, I got a little sunburnt, and apparently I have a crocheter's tan since I was outside doing it, but that should be interesting. I don't have the halter top finished. I just didn't decide to add the straps this time. I'll check it on my sister before I do add the straps and tie it off and all that stuff. So we're working on this pot holder for my best friend for a birthday gift. And I'm realizing it's like very big. So now I'm questioning if maybe the pattern I was doing or the tutorial I was doing is just, because like by the time this is done, it's gonna be huge. Way too big for a pot holder. So we're gonna undo this and we're gonna lessen how many rows it has. Still gonna double strand it, but just not so much. Well, hello, it is Monday the 25th, which means it's Memorial Day, and I'm not working today since schools are closed. I'm not going to go outside because my legs are so sunburnt that it hurts to walk. So, like, lobsters right now. I will be working on this pot holder and then hopefully a second one, and I think that should be good. And then I'll start working on the blanket, hopefully. But, oh, maybe I should work on some of the cat keychains and get those done.
T-Mobile has the best network.
Was on such.
Hello. It is now the 31st of May. This is the last day of this vlog. So I'm hoping to be able to wrap it up and everything. I haven't really been able to check in the past couple days because I've been so busy. First read through for rehearsals, all of that stuff. And game night with my friends. I had an interview actually yesterday, so there's that. But we finished another one of these little guys. And then we started, where'd he go? Then we started another one of these little guys at game night. So I haven't finished this yet. I'm realizing I probably should finish it today just so I can include it in everything. But for now, I'm doing some shinky dinks for my kids to label their names on the keychains, since some of my kids did not get to make their own due to behaviors. You don't follow expectations, you miss out on fun things. Consequences of your own actions. But I'm gonna do those, stick a bunch of the shrinky dinks in the oven, and then I guess I'll work on finishing this so that I can have that done today. And then I'll keep working on these guys, make sure I have enough, since I am giving them to my kids on this Friday.